I'm a size 14 bride who just found her wedding dress in the New England area. I wanted to share my experience to hopefully help other brides looking for their dress. I'm Kennedy. I'm a content creator based in the New England area, and I just found my dress this last weekend, and I started my dress shopping experience in May of 2026. And so I started my experience at Vows in Watertown, Massachusetts. I highly recommend that spot for any brides, especially those in a plus size looking for their wedding dress. I found they had the widest selection I could find in the New England area, especially in plus size dresses. I went in, I made my wish list of my favorites to try on, and I did not have to think about looking specifically in their plus size selection to see if they had a size I could fit into. I went in a little nervous, thinking because I was a size 14 that I would have to try to squeeze into size 10 dresses, and that actually wasn't the case. Every single dress that I tried on, they had in a size 18 for me to try on with clamps, and that gave me a really great perspective on if that was the dress for me. I started off with ball gowns, and then I realized that wasn't really my personal style, and then narrowed down to A-line and trumpet. I actually did find a dress that I thought could potentially be the one. I am a huge fan of Trisha Pang. I met her in the fall of 2025 at Fashion Week, and she is such a cool designer, such a cool person. And I really loved this dress, but it just didn't feel like the one. And so we left that day feeling like we really narrowed down the style that I liked. And then I went online to look for other stores to find a dress. Having such a great experience at that first store, I was expecting that it was just me who had that mentality of being worried about finding dresses in my size. And then I found that most boutiques in the Boston area didn't carry plus sizes. And so it wasn't a matter of price or finding anything in a specific range. I just wanted to find dresses that I could try on in my size that would be comfortable. And I was surprised to find that there really isn't a lot of options, unfortunately. And so from there, I wanted to at least find one more store to try before going back to Vows because it was such a great experience. And I found Ceremony in Newton, Massachusetts. And this is such a nice store shopping experience. We did not have to pay anything to try on dresses. We were given our own room, and I was allowed to bring three guests with me for the experience. And so I knew going into it, I loved Sarah Seven. Even beginning my dress shopping experience, I knew I potentially would want to go with a Sarah Seven dress. And so their website, I was able to make a wish list similar to Vows, and I found that they did have a very small selection of plus size dresses. So going into this certain store, I knew that they had less than 20 dresses that I wanted to try on, which is still a large number, which is crazy. And so I was able to find 10 dresses I wanted to try, and only half of those being plus size dresses. So I will say I did find my dress here. I went with a Sarah 7, and it was the second dress I tried on, and I knew immediately putting it on that it was the dress for me. I will say that I also found that trying on dresses that were even a size 12, I felt like I could not see how that dress would work for my body. So, for example, I really liked this Flora dress and it was above my budget, but I thought maybe that could be something fun and different. And putting it on, we had to physically squeeze my body to get into the dress, and even then, I couldn't walk. I was nervous I was going to rip the dress in half. Of course, the sale associate was amazing, and I didn't even really think about this part of the experience until after I had left. Because she said, "Don't worry about the samples, like, we will make them work for your body." And even leaving after I found the perfect dress in a size 16, she had said, like, this looks perfect on your body the way it is. So please don't leave here thinking you need to alter the way you look to fit this dress when it comes in 6 months. And so it is challenging because I will say that if I didn't find the dress that I loved and I had to try on 20 more dresses, I would have felt really limited in my options in general. And so I think find the dresses that you love, do those wish list research to find the dresses in plus size in the stores you want to go to. But I do think that both vows in Watertown and ceremony in Newton were really great experiences. I did not feel any different as a plus size bride. And I think I had a really positive experience that I know other brides haven't necessarily had. So I think those are really great options if you're searching.